All right, Shalom. First of all, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh being the true name of the Heavenly Father, who the world and he calls God, and his only begotten Son's name is Yahweh Shai, who the world and he calls Jesus Christ. All right, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Bahashem means, of course, in the name, of course, because we go through Yahweh Shai, who is our mediator. All right, to get back to the Most High Yahweh. All right, and that's, of course, for the nation of Israel. Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Of course, I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation to all the sincere Akim that's doing their work. And, of course, being in the stead of being prophets and, actually living up to it, all right? And not putting it off to the side and such, all right? I'm the brother Amafpa from Great Millstone Plain Tables Camp, located here in Philadelphia, PA, in Great Babylon. All right, coming again, more so in the spirit. All right, because that's just how it is right now. We just we just going off the spirit and letting the spirit guide us, and guide me. All right, so I have something in mind. I had wanted to speak on the whole so-called Thanksgiving deal, because a lot of our people partake in such a wicked day, all right, Yawam, all right, which the Most High never gave unto us Thanksgiving, all right. He didn't give us a high holy day called Thanksgiving, all right. He gave us, of course, feast days, and which he gave high holy days in which we are, of course, to observe and keep, but it was not, of course, Thanksgiving, in which those are the ways of the heathen. All right, let's see, we go into a precept, which I hit these precepts a lot, but this is for, of course, reminder to the elect always. We can never stop or cease from preaching this word. It's good. Since the nation of Israel is rebellious, we have to, of course, the prophets have to be, repetitive. All right, because Yahweh Shem Shai, he made, of course, the people, all right, our nation to be hard-headed. Let me get some of these precepts. One moment. All right. Now this is Jeremiah 10:2. It reads, I'm gonna start at verse 10. At the top. Jeremiah 10:1. Hear ye the word which Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Which the house of Israel is dealing with the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which that is, of course, your biblical nationality. You go back to the nation of Israel, all right, from the 12 tribes, all right, which Jacob, his name was changed to Israel, from wrestling with the angel. And, of course, through Jacob, you get the 12 tribes, in which that's just the progenitor of you have each tribe and such, and you have, in our nation, we have in the 12 tribes, you have different nations, which you have like Ephraim, all right, so-called Puerto Ricans. You got Benjamin, Judah, Levi, Negroes, West Indians, and Haitians and such. You have, of course, nation of our tribes, like Gad, all right, North American Indians, all right, which this lesson will, of course, have. It's have, of course, a wee bit of the history, with North American Indians, all right, because, of course, Thanksgiving, they the so-called white man, of course, he puts it out that that whole lie or falsehood of him, of course, shaking hands with with the Indians and everything was all cool when it was nothing but a massacre. And you know, it's a lie, and we should not, of course, pay any mind, you know, these false days. All right, so let me go on. And you have other tribes, you know, you have tribes of Manasseh, so-called Cubans, Issachar, so-called Mexicans and such. All right, Zebulon, you know, you got Reuben, Seminole, Reuben, Seminole Indians, and you got Zebulon and such, and going on. But you know, that's, you know, a whole nother lesson, but just to, you know, cover it a little bit. All right, so this is back to Jeremiah 10 and verse 2. It says, "Thus said Yahweh," all right, Lord in all caps is Yahweh. All right, that's the name of the Most High, which means he exists. All right, goes on. It says, "Learn not the way of the heathen." The heathen are all of those that are outside of the nation of Israel. They are considered heathen. Okay, you know, because they're not the chosen. All right, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. All right, you know, because, you know, these heathen, you know, they but first of all, they're not right. And you know, all of the, you know, we had, of course, total eclipses and such, lunar eclipses and such, you know, all of these different signs in the heavens are tokens, all right, in which the heathen, you know, they don't understand, which the nation of Yashala, we have the understanding because we have the scriptures. All right, so when you continue on, verse 3, it says, "For the customs of the people are vain." All right, which the word vain means, of course, to be it means worthless. All right, it says for one that's basically it. I'm gonna continue on just because for the sake of it. It says, "For the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the works of his hands of the workman with an axe." And this goes, of course, into Christmas, you know, which that's off, you know, death of Christ and such. I believe Mas, when you go into it, I believe it means death, you know, but you know, you could go into it, you know, in the etymology and all, you know, but you know, these are all, Christmas is not scriptural. Yahweh Shem Yahshua never gave that as a law, statute, commandment, or ordinance for us to follow and such. It's not a high holy day and such. All right. So, you know, the custom of these people, that is vain. All right. And 2/3 of our people, they want to go off and follow their ways, you know, and the Lord told us not to. Okay. This is Colossians 2 and 8. It reads, "Beware lest any man spoil you through the philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Hamashiach." All right, which, you know, this world, you know, they're going, of course, after other philosophies. You know, I believe philosophy, when you go into it, it means lover of knowledge. If I'm not mistaken, when you go into it, philosophy off the etymology online, 1300, knowledge, body of knowledge, from the old French philosophy, which means philosophy, knowledge. Okay, philo means when you go into it, it's philo and Sophia. So got philo, which means loving or fond of. All right, so it's a lover of knowledge. And you know, these people, you know, they don't have no knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All right, you know, they don't have no knowledge of the Lord, you know, Yahweh. And 2/3 of our people don't have knowledge of Him, you know, and that's why they follow you know, these false ways. And there's ones that, you know, there's 2/3 and such, you know, who the Lord, you know, the Lord's not dealing with. You know, we tell them that this is pagan worship. You know, you worshiping other gods, which Yahweh Shem Yahshua told us not to do so. All right, you know, you obviously, you know, you get that clearly back in you would say back into to Deuteronomy. Actually, I mean, it's all over, but I just get it in Leviticus quickly. Leviticus. Let's see, slide it one moment. Leviticus. Let's see. Let me see, slack here. Just had the precept. Let me see if I can get it. Basically, you know, the Lord, you know, he sets. I get it in Exodus. I believe it's Exodus. Slack here. See something. Yeah, Exodus. Slack here. Exodus 20. All right. Exodus 20 and that'll be 3. It says, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me." All right. You know, we're not supposed to follow any of these false gods and such. You know, we not supposed to worship them either. You know, worship meaning reverence. All right, we're not supposed to reverence them. Okay. You know, so you know our people, they just wicked. You know, they don't want to follow the Most High and the Son. All right. You know, let me see. So now, Slakia, one moment. Let me see if I could get into this. When you go to the real meaning of Thanksgiving, the real story of Thanksgiving. All right. Now, this is off of the Manataka American Indians Council. All right. And it reads The Real Story of Thanksgiving by Susan Bates. All right. In which we go on to it. It says, most of us associate the holiday with happy pilgrims and Indians sitting down to a big feast. And that did happen once. The story began in 1614 when a band of English explorers, which are Edomites, sailed home to England with a ship full of Patuxent Indians bound for slavery. You know, in which the Gad, let me see, that the North American Indians and such, we were conquered. I'm not a Gadite, but of course they are our brethren. I'm an Ephraimite, but they were conquered by the so-called white men, all right, and put into slavery, all right, just like the so-called Negroes, the Latinos and so-called meaning particularly Negroes, West Indians, and such. You go into it, Haitians and such, meaning more so the Southern Kingdom. All right. I go to Genesis 49. Genesis 49. And this is 49 and 19 Genesis. It says, Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. All right. And the troop is a so-called white man. They of course, have went and they have destroyed our people. All right. Our brethren, by of course, making treaties and breaking all of them. All right. When you go into it. So it goes on. They left behind smallpox, which virtually wiped out those who had escaped. By the time the pilgrims arrived in the Massachusetts Bay, they found only one living Patuxent Indian, a man named Sequanto, who had survived slavery in England, and he knew their language. He taught them how to grow corn and fish and negotiate a peace treaty between the pilgrims and the Wampanoag nation, if I'm pronouncing it correctly or not. Slakia. It says, at the end of the first year, the pilgrims, the Edomites, right, so-called white men, all right, held a great feast honoring Squanto and the Wampanoags, all right. And it says, but the word spread in England about the paradise to be found in the New World. Religious zealots called Puritans began arriving by the boatload, all right. goes on and says, finding no fences around the land, they consider it to be a public domain. And you know, these so-called white men, you know, they came, of course, and you know, and took the land. You know, and they're evil. You know, the so-called white man is evil. You know, because you know, they took this land, and they don't think they're guilty of that. All right. You know, they took you say the North America, all right, and that's wicked, all right. It's very wicked, all right. Let me see if I can get the precept. Let's see, hold. This is Zechariah, all right, 11:5. It reads, it goes and reads, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. All right. And you know, the so-called white men, you know, they want to, of course, give thanks to God and such for conquering the so-called Native Americans, and we have our people celebrating it. You know, and they eating, of course, abominations and such, and that's just wicked. You know, the Lord is not dealing with these false holidays and such. All right, you know, and then, you know, there's a more history and such. You know, when you go into it, you know, they're you know, celebrating, you know, wiping out, you know, our people, you know, which our people are still here today, you know, but you know, they have destroyed, put them on different reservations, broke treaties with them, and you know, have committed all type of wickedness, you know. So I'm gonna go now to I'm gonna go to Hosea 5. Let me see, 5:22 or 21, if I'm not mistaken. This is let me see, slack here, one moment, in a second. Where is it? One moment there. Oh, Saki, it was Amos. So, wait, hold on, let me see 1 second. Give me 1 second. Yeah, Amos 5:21, Slakia. Let me get it. Amos 5:21. Short. And then I'm gonna close out pretty soon. Keep it real short. You know, Shabbat. Gotta, of course, get things done coming up. You know, so. See, Slakia, 1 moment. Damn, my freaking hands is killing me out here. It's like I'm gonna just read it in my phone. All right, this is gonna be Amos 5:21. It says, "I hate and I despise your feast days." All right, so the Lord, He hates, you know, these false days which the so-called white man has set up. You know, all of these different holidays. All right, which when you go into that word holiday, they, you know, when you go into etymology, you know, they call it a holy day, a high holy day and such, you know, and that's wicked. All right, you going against what the Most High said. You know, the Lord ain't set up no Thanksgiving, He ain't set up no Christmas, He ain't set up none of that. All right, it says, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. All right, though ye offer me burnt offerings in your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat breasts. No, the Lord is not dealing with, you know, your turkey. All right, He's not dealing with your ham. He did, man. The ham. Are you serious? That's an abomination. The swine, the Lord is not dealing with. You know, and you damn devils. You know, how y'all say this is a nation under God? You know, when you don't go by the scriptures. All right. You know, the so-called white man is Esau, Edom in the Bible, and he is the devil, Adawam. All right, you know, Joshua is the devil. All right, he is Shaitan. The enemy and the adversary of the nation of Israel, of Yashala, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, he got them going off and following all these wickedness and folly. All right, so I'm gonna continue on, and then I'm gonna close it out pretty soon, hitting the 20-minute mark. All right, it says, take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy vows. All right, and the Lord ain't dealing with all your stupid, you make up all different type of music and such, and lyrics and such, making all these different compositions of folly. All right, the Lord is not dealing with it. All right, He don't want to hear that. All right, He don't want to hear, oh, thank the Lord for what He has done, which you so-called the white man has taken this land by blood. All right, and hold themselves obviously not guilty. Okay, rename it, of course, after themselves. All right, slaughter off our people. All right, the Lord ain't dealing with it. All right, going on, today, in this so-called, setup, Esau, they got Black Friday, and that's more wickedness. All right, going to that history and such, I'm probably in another lesson, but just for the sake of time, let me finish this up. It says, but let judgments run down as waters, and righteousness as a mighty stream. All right, and which Yahweh Shem Shai is going to rain down. Of course, He's going to bring down judgment. He's going to bring down judgment on America. He's going to judge it. The elect is going to be delivered. The ones that, of course, that don't follow and partake into all of the things that Great Babylon has done, which is nothing but confusion. All right, America, the mother of all harlots, whoredom and such. All right, the Lord is not dealing with it. All right, you Negro, Latino, Native Americans don't participate in these fake days. All right, so let me quickly go into a holiday. All right, let me see. I'm gonna go into it. All right, the Lord, of course, says, blessed he that readeth. You got it, and study to show thyself approved. So you have to go into these words. All right, they left us dumb and hid this truth from us for so long. But they can't do it. They can't stop us from getting this truth. All right, the Lord set up His men, and we doing the work. And all of the nation of Yashala of the elect are waking up. So let me go to etymology online quickly. I might be hitting 25 minutes, but let's see. Holiday. All right, I'm on holiday. All right, when you go to it, holiday. All right, holiday from the 1500s earlier. Holiday. All right, C. It says 1200 from Old English dag, holy day, concentrated day. All right, Sabbath. All right, so you saying this is a rest day, and you wicked, so-called white man. The so-called white man which is the wicked. Got everybody. You be shutting down everything and all of that. Thinking it ain't no Shabbat. All right, it's not even a high holy day. All right, where do you find Thanksgiving in these scriptures? All right, you don't find it. All right. You just find, obviously, we find in the scriptures what not to do. And that's the nation of Yashala. That's what we ultimately, we trying to speak to the elect, all right? They've been scattered, that's who, from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all right? That's who we going after, So wake up, man. Don't participate. If you're a Negro, Latino, Native American, you are a Hebrew Israelite by your father, all right? The spirit, if it's you able to receive it, all right. The spirit is book, is dealing with you, you could be of the elect, So, and you have to, of course, reject all of this stuff, because it's contrary to the scriptures. All right. So with that, I'm gonna say, call halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All praises the Most High Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And I'm going to say double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to all the sincere Akim that's doing this work. All right. Sincerely, day in and day out. All right. We got to stay at it. Stay occupied until Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai come. Do not faint. All right. You know, just keep at it. Yahweh Shem Shai will give, of course, us a reward, the crown of glory. You know, if we have the elect, you know, so we just got to keep on pushing and keep on fighting. You know, our lives depend on it. You know, we don't want to be destroyed. We're working out our salvation in fear and trembling. All right, Shalom.